Hi, welcome to a God vlog. The new year is upon us, and actually as I'm making this, the church Christmas season is still upon us, and it's followed shortly by Epiphany season, which begins on January 6th. So Happy New Year and Happy Epiphany. If you watched any of the last few vlogs I've posted or seen me do any sermons in Advent or around Christmas, you would know that I love Christmas, and it won't surprise you that I wish the culture would let it last the 12 days that we mark in our liturgical calendars for Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas. But I do take heart that Epiphany, although not much of a Hallmark card selling season, offers the same sort of hope Christmas does. Epiphany celebrates and remembers the revelation of Christ to the world. The Magi come from afar, from outside Israel and Judah, having learned from nature, a star, the truth of God's love and promise in a new sort of king, a ruler who arrives in the middle of muck on a stable floor in Luke, and yet at the same time is surrounded by the love of parents and angels and God, and the lowest of the low in Luke, shepherds, and the wisest of the wise, the Magi in Matthew, pay homage to this new sort of ruler. And the story never gets old either, because Christ always calls us to a new way, to the very way that Jesus lived and taught. And it's a very different way than the earthly rulers teach us. It's not about maintaining wealth or power. It's not about peace through violence and oppression. The way that Jesus lived and taught boils down to loving God and loving neighbor, and that includes our enemies. Everybody is to be loved. And it's also about a God who loves us, all of us, steadfastly and forever. There are no strings attached to God's love. It's unconditional. And you hear love discussed a lot in church, especially at our church. But part and parcel to it is its nemesis, sin. And sin, when it's boiled down right to it, is the failure to love. Sin means to miss the mark, the target that God aims us at. And the target and that mark is love. And so when we don't love, well, we sin. And the earthly rulers' ways that lead us to violence and oppression are a sin, precisely because they miss the target of love. And Epiphany is about choosing to pay homage to love, God manifest on earth. It's about aiming our lives towards the target of love. And in order to do that, we need to seriously consider the sins, the non-loving things we do as a people and as individuals, and then act toward stopping those sins. In other words, to stop doing the non-loving things and start doing the loving things. And Epiphany is about getting that, about understanding that. And religion is how we relate to God in creation, most especially with one another, with human beings, how we treat one another, how we treat the God, the Christ in one another. And as followers of Jesus, our epiphany is the realization that for relationships to work as God intended, we need a way, a religion that has at its core love. And the Magi got this. They understood it, and they paid homage to Jesus, to Christ, who lived and taught just that. A great New Year's resolution for all of us would be to do as the Magi did, to choose love above all else, to pay homage to it. Love, the light, the star in the sky above the manger. So I'm wishing you a happy New Year and a happy Epiphany. My name is Reverend Scott Elliott. I'm the pastor at Riviera United Church of Christ. Go in peace, knowing that you are loved and that you matter much.